Nearly 60 flood-hit households in Christchurch are having to find somewhere else to live because their properties are potentially contaminated with raw sewerage. Health authorities say the floodwaters have soaked the property's carpets or made the foundations damp, making them unsafe to live in. Conan Young visited some of those affected.
Kieran Maguire demonstrates just how waterlogged the carpets in his Beckenham rental property are after floodwaters breached the floorboards at the weekend.
This is the main area here, and then it just sort of spreads out into each bedroom. So it was actually redone when the floods happened 3 years ago. I think this place was badly done, so they re-carpeted everything. They'll have to go again, I think.
Kieran and his partner are now staying with a friend and don't know how long it will be before it's safe for them to return. He's glad they managed to save their belongings before the water made its way in.
We got everything up off the floor and anything, couches and beds and stuff. We were able to prop up on books just to get it off the carpet. So
good thinking with the books. I hadn't have thought of that one. So that did the trick?
Yeah. Anyway, as long as it didn't get any higher than the books, yeah, it did the trick. So.
How high off the carpet did you manage to get your couch and your beds?
3 or 4 books.
Probably saved you a bit of money there.
Yeah, hopefully.
That was good last minute thinking. Where did you come up with that one?
I don't know. It's amazing what you think of when you're panicking, so.
The clean-up isn't just happening inside. Council workers were out in force today, water blasting and shoveling the mountains of contaminated silt that is sticking to footpaths and roads like glue. I visited one home with all of its windows open, taking advantage of today's sun to dry out the carpet and furniture inside. The woman I talked to has come down from Napier to help her daughter and asked not to be named. She says while the water did not make it inside, it came close to the floorboards.
All I know is that it's damp. You can just feel the cold and the condensation. Yeah. So it's pretty horrible. So the sunshine is blessing. It's great here. Yeah. So as you can see, I've just got stuff everywhere and just trying to keep it as hold as good as we can.
She's aware of the contamination risk and has already had expert cleaners around to sterilise the garage, which did get water through it and ruined 2 cars. She's also been helping to clear the toxic sludge left around the yard by the receding floodwaters.
You just don't want that contamination going backwards and forward. And then a 2-year-old, we're just lifting him into the car and out of the car. So he's only inside when he's here. So I've kind of got 3 sets of shoes. The sort of the bad stuff, the middle and the clean.
The Canterbury Medical Officer of Health, Dr Alistair Humphrey, says the damp conditions underneath houses like this pose their own set of health problems.
Even if the floodwaters didn't come above your floorboards, as they have done in at least 30 homes anyway, but even if they didn't, so they came below your floorboards, dampness can track up inside the walls of the house, and it can lead to mould, and mould will actually get worse once the floodwaters have receded.
Dr Humphrey is urging people to leave the clean-up to the professionals rather than trying to do it themselves.
You should be wearing proper respirators to protect you from any mould that may happen, and gloves and overalls to protect yourself from bacteria from the sewage and viruses. So it is a job that if you are insured, my advice would be talk to your insurers first rather than try doing it yourself. It's far safer to get a professional to deal with it.
While the city has had a chance to dry out today, further rain is forecast for Thursday, which authorities say may lead to further flooding in already affected areas. In Ototahi for Checkpoint, ko Conan Young tēnei.